All right, so how do you get free advice from million-dollar business owners? So just to be clear, it doesn't necessarily have to be around business. It can be anything really, like your health or relationships or whatever the case may be. I've always found the quickest way to get somewhere is to find someone who has actually achieved what you want to achieve, and then basically learning from them and asking them how they got there and basically doing exactly what they did. But the problem is, as people do get more successful, they become less accessible. And I guess like an obvious example would be like if you were trying to get a business meeting with, say, Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg or someone like that. That's obviously a very hard thing to do, just because they do become less accessible as they get better and better. So it sort of reminded me of a quote I read somewhere that basically says, you can get anything that you want in life if you first help enough other people get what they want in their own life. And so what that really means is you need to sort of adjust your mindset from what can I take and what can other people offer me to what can I give to other people and what can I do to help them. And maybe think of a story from a few months ago that happened to me. Got the opportunity to meet James Swanwick, who is a business owner. He sells these blue light blocking glasses, and he basically built it up from zero to over $1 million in sales in less than a year. So it's an interesting story, and he just puts out a lot of good content just on like life in general and business and marketing and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, got the opportunity to meet him. He did a little meet up in Melbourne a few months ago, and it was good. Went and met him, and there was a few other people there, so I got to meet a few other people, but in that sort of scenario, like I had quite a few specific questions that I wanted to ask him and sort of pick his brains on, but sort of time is limited and there's a few other people there, so it's a bit harder. So I was kind of thinking like, how can I get a bit more of his time and be able to ask him these questions? And so sort of just looking for a problem that I could solve, and he was flying out the next day, and so he's got a problem of he needs to get from his hotel to the airport, and so just a really simple thing, I offered the solution of just offering him a lift to the airport, and just something simple like that. So obviously he could catch a taxi or Uber or whatever, but the offer was there, and he took it, and so yeah, basically helped him out and got him to the airport, and then as a result, I was able to pick his brains and ask him a bunch of questions for 40 minutes while we were driving to the airport, which was great. He gave me a lot of advice on sort of validating business ideas and sort of how to clarify my marketing pitch, and really good stuff. And like he does like business coaching and consulting and charges, I'm not sure exactly how much, but like hundreds of dollars an hour. So it was pretty cool to be able to get all that sort of knowledge and insight for basically just giving a lift to the airport. And just to clarify, like by offering him a lift, I didn't approach it with the mindset of, oh, he has to answer these questions I have. It's because if you do that, that's it's not going to work. So even if he had been on the phone for the whole 40 minutes to someone else and I didn't get to ask him anything, like I wouldn't then be able to turn around and get annoyed at him, because you really do have to give without expectation of return. But you will find, and it was the case here, that if you do help people, like most of the time they will want to help you back. So, and sometimes they won't, or it might not be immediate, but that's okay. It's a majority of the time it will come back to you. So yeah, that was good. I was able to get advice from him, and yeah, it just made me think about if you can change your mindset into, instead of like taking from other people, like how can you help other people? It really does come back to you and help you out, and especially in sort of like trying to reach people who are less accessible, it really helps with that. So yeah, just something to keep in mind if you do want to get things, or if you want to improve your own life, the best way to do that is really to help other people improve their life, and it comes back to you. So yeah, just a thought I had. I hope that helps. We'll speak soon.